Why are mixes typically the same price as purebreds, since both of these breeds in here are mixes that you're taking a look at?
Yeah, that is a good question. People will ask, they look at prices, and like Michael said, unfortunately, we can't give you specific prices, but I can tell you our pricing philosophy. Mixes, all right, it's kind of goes way back in the day. People think, oh, mixes, it's just some mutt that was thrown together, unintentional or whatever. And maybe back, 50 years ago, that might have been the case. Nowadays, it's not the case. We intentionally bred a Yorkie and a Poodle to get you a Yorkie Poo. We intentionally bred a Maltese and a Shih Tzu to get you a Shih Tzu Maltese, okay? Now, pricing, purebreds are more expensive than mixes, but mixes are very close to purebreds in pricing. There's not a whole lot of difference between them. And the reality from our perspective, my perspective as a breeder, the reality is, this isn't my dog, one of my personally bred dogs, but her parents received the identical care that a purebred would, okay? So, if we had a pure Shih Tzu, and, you've got mom and dad pure Shih Tzus, in this case we have a Shih Tzu and a Maltese, all right? Those adult dogs receive the exact same care. They're in the exact same kennel. These kennels are heated, they're ventilated, whatever. The food that a dog that's going to make a mix eats the same type of food as, a purebred dog does. As far as shots, vaccine, vetting, putting them on electives for flea treat and heart guard and all that stuff. It's all the same, okay? So her parents get the same care as a purebred's parents, okay? Now the puppies, it's the same story with the puppies, okay? Just, we've got a puppy that's a mixed breed. They don't get less care. They don't get less shots. They don't get less loving and socialization. They get the same stuff. So a purebred and a mix in a kennel is the exact same thing, okay? That we do have a slight price difference. Our mixes are a little bit cheaper than our purebreds, but not a lot, and that's why. It really comes back to what these dogs and what the parents, get as a breeding animal, and it comes back to, the puppies. Just because this is a mix, it was intentionally done. We did that on purpose. And, in both of these cases, you've got Yorkie Poos and you've got Shih Tzu Maltese. A Shih Tzu and a Yorkie are only a scale 2 on our allergy scale, okay? And if by mixing them with Poodle, by mixing this with Maltese, it now becomes a scale 3 on our allergy scale, okay? So for those of you that have dog-specific allergies, these with a Maltese or with a Poodle in them will do better for you. Okay, so that's one of the reasons. People always ask us, well, why do you mix them? That's why. Allergies, for starters, allergies is probably the biggest. And shedding. Shedding is probably about the same, actually. We mix to help or improve on shedding. We mix to help or improve on allergy as far as people with dog-specific allergies. So that's just a little